I have a coaching client who makes over $100,000 a month, and this is exactly their blueprint. So this particular client runs a webinar every 2 weeks, and then they fill up as many people for the webinar through paid ads. This webinar that they've got is what I call their signature presentation, through which they pitch their core offer, the main product or service that they're actually selling. The program that they sell at the end of the webinar is priced at $3,000, and they invite people to book a call to figure out whether they're the right fit to join the program. Now, here's exactly how their numbers work. They generate leads to the webinar at about $15 to $20 each. So every 2 weeks, they spend around $7,500 generating about 500 leads at $15 each. Now, these people show up for the webinar, and they get, at the end of every webinar, they generate around 50 booked calls. They approximately convert 1 out of 8 book calls into a sale. So for every 50 book calls, they have a minimum of anywhere between 5 to 9 sales at $3,000 each. So remember, they've spent around $7,500 each, and they have around 7 to 9 sales. They made around $21,000 to $30,000 just on the front end. Now, for these exact customers, at the end of the front end program, which they deliver over a couple of weeks, they pitch a back end program which is priced at $15,000. And they have a take rate of about 40%. So for every 5 people that purchase the main program, 2 people take up the backend program. They've also got payment plans with this backend program, so prospects can invest on a monthly basis. And then this creates monthly recurring revenue for the business. And they do this webinar every 2 weeks, month on month, for months together. This is their secret to being sold out and having more customers than they can handle. And this is where many beginner coaches get wrong. They don't have the right systems in place, and they want to emulate the success of other successful established coaches. You see, the reason why this business's numbers work incredibly well is because they have 2 offers, the front-end offer and the back-end offer. Now, I'm not saying that you need to have both at the same time, but you'll have to build it in order to make profit. Now, this business does well and makes a decent profit with just the front-end offer alone. But that's not enough, because paid advertising costs are going to keep increasing. And when it keeps increasing, you need to have a system which will allow you to make a profit on the back end. Now, go back to your drawing board and think about what kind of a webinar or signature presentation that you can create, which will allow you to attract your customers to your main offering. And then from there, upsell them to your back end offering. When you get these 2 things figured out and you start running paid ads, you open the floodgates.